My father, who was with the San Francisco Post Office, was sent down to open up Camp Roberts, just north of here, just north of San Miguel. And in October of 1940, our family moved to Paso Robles. And so I was raised in Paso Robles from 1940 to 1951, when I left to go to college in San Jose State. And I come back here frequently. We have, of course, Pioneer Day, October 12th every year, or the Saturday closest to October 12th. And I come back, and if you notice my t-shirt, I was here in 1991 for the 100th anniversary of this hotel, or at least the predecessor of this hotel. So I come back frequently, and I'm glad to be here and have this opportunity to speak to you about some of my research. The research that I'm doing at the University Library is trying to put together an archive for the purpose of people like yourselves who are interested in various aspects of history, local history, to be able to do research and write material that is accurate and has documentary evidence of events that took place. So I gather together as much information as I can about particular aspects of local history. My focus happens to be on a German immigrant to California during the gold rush. And if I could get this darn thing to work, I could show you an image of it. I do have a screen now, fortunately. And there is a connection between Friedrich Augustus Hihn, the German immigrant, and the story of Drury Woodson James. So that's what I want to tell you about. And as I was growing up here in Paso Robles in the 1940s, I had never heard of Friedrich Augustus Hihn. I had never heard of Drury Woodson James to the extent that Eric has just told us. But I've learned so much since I started this research that I think I have something to contribute. So I want to tell you about that. Incidentally, Librarian Emeritus is a title that I acquired after I retired, after working at the University Library for about 30 years. So that simply means that I retired with honor. And maybe they gave me that title so I would continue working on this research. Because I had been working on Friedrich Augustus Hihn for about 20 years before I retired. Now, Hihn had other properties throughout California. Hotels in San Francisco. He was president of the Stockton Gas and Electric Company, a major stockholder of the Brick Company in San Rafael. He was the principal stockholder of this hotel, the predecessor of it. And he was a founding trustee of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. The architect for these buildings was William Henry Weeks of Watsonville in Santa Cruz County. Now, William Henry Weeks also built a bathhouse here in Paso Robles. So there are a lot of connections between Santa Cruz, where F.A. Hihn lived, and Paso Robles. And about 1898, Drury Woodson James, who was about, I've calculated, about 70 years old, Maybe he was tired of running things in Paso Robles. And as a result of the litigation between Hihn, represented by his attorney, Charles B. Younger Sr., F.A. Hihn acquired everything shown in Paso Robles that's shown in red on that map. And we are right here on this site where the hotel is located. That was the hotel and bathhouse. And then all of these other pieces of property that are in red were owned by Drury Woodson James at the time. And so you've all seen pictures of the hotel. That's what Hihn acquired. And Hihn and his family came here in 1903 during a period in which Hihn was doing some improvements to the hotel. And these pictures are in an album which I've acquired for the archives that one of the members of the family took while they were present here in 1903. I don't know, his back is turned to us, so I can't tell. But this man is here. I don't know who he is. He might be F.A. Hihn. Is carrying a camera case, it looks like. And this is a picture in the album taken at the time, 1903, of the hotel. Incidentally, in that picture, we saw practically no vegetation in the front. F.A. Hihn, because of his German background, I speculate, he had planted a great deal of the gardens around the hotel, similar to his planting around his home in Santa Cruz. Now this is a Sanborn fire insurance map of Paso Robles Hotel property. 13th Street is shown here, and 10th is down there. And the old hotel is this one right here. Okay, this is a detail of the old hotel. You can see it was kind of bare bones. And the purpose of these maps that I am showing you were created for fire insurance purposes. So that it has symbolization and diagrammatic information, so that a fire insurance underwriter could sit in his or her office and write an insurance policy on a structure simply by knowing what's there based on the map information. But this is the old hotel, and this would be Spring Street. Okay, in 1890, when this map was done, you see in the lower part of the map, you see all of this, all of these buildings where the old hotel was located, and all of the rooms that were cottages for the hotel. It says on the legend, these frame buildings to be removed. So they had built a new hotel. The red indicates all brick hotel. And there were some other cottages out around the garden there. The next image again shows where those frame buildings, the old hotel, were going to be removed. That's July of 1890. The next image is 1892. They've removed all those buildings. the old hotel and everything. And here we have the new hotel, and it's again a brick hotel, but around the perimeter of the hotel, the part in yellow is a frame structure for a walkway, a big porch around the hotel. In July of 1903, this is when F.A. Hihn was active in remodeling the hotel and building a bowling alley. And we see, and I want to point this out, that in 1903, they had an automatic fire alarm system, a fire alarm in every room. And they had a couple of guards at night, I guess to prevent theft and probably to warn somebody about the fire if it should occur. So it was pretty modern for the times. Okay, so F.A. Hihn had a bowling alley built as a new feature of the hotel to entertain the guests. And in this album that I spoke of, the pictures that his family took on his visit here, this is the bowling alley under construction. And I want to show one feature. If you look at that little section right here, that little alcove, and the same on the other side, those were little, there's a little bench there in the window seat. And I presume that that's where people sat to watch the bowling that was going on. Later on, we see this particular structure was converted to a movie theater in the 1920s. And I'd just like to end by acknowledging the friendship I have with somebody at the Library of Congress who provided me with the maps, the Sanborn maps, that I'm donating to the local historical society so that they can have them. And then, of course, I want to thank Eric James for inviting me here to give me this opportunity to share my Paso Robles roots and the F.A. Hihn roots and the Charles B. Younger roots related to Paso Robles. So thank you very much. And if you have an interest in what I have said, I have a website related to this material. And you can access the website. We are constantly upgrading the website with new material. So if you go on it today, you're not going to find everything that I have done so far. But we are upgrading it entirely as we proceed through the research, so that we will have just about everything that I ever put together will be available on the website. Thank you again.